So let me tell you what you need tonight. You need your stamps. You need your little twine. This is nice twine too, I have to say. You need 2 yards of this. If you already have your pack already open and you don't want to watch me do this, you can measure. Let's just go ahead and measure 2 yards right now. And then what you want to do once you get your 2 yards, you want to put a knot on both ends so that it doesn't fray. So there we go. We've got 2 yards of twine and then a knot on each end. Thanks for joining me tonight, guys. You may need these, but I am using the large ones. I like the large ones better for what we're going to do, the regular ones. The ones that came in the kit aren't as big as our regular size ones, but you'll need regular size and mini dimensionals, so you might want to grab those. And we will use the little glue dots that came in there because I like them better. And you can use these too, but like I said, I prefer the bigger ones. You're going to need 2 of these purple ones. 2 of the purple ones. Purpley, I love that gorgeous grape. It's gorgeous. Oh, we got 2 packs of that. Great. And then you're going to need 2 of the Mango Melody. That's another nice color for the Halloween time crafts. Oh, we got plenty of those, didn't we? And you're going to need 2 of these solid colored Mango Melody ones. And you're going to need 3 bats. Three little bats. Now, if you didn't get a chance to cut your circles, that we'll do that at the end, so you can still participate with your kit. 2 ghosts, just 2. 3 bats, 2 ghosts. You can still participate with us. And 2 pumpkins. 2, no, not pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns. Oh, this guy wants to come out, so we'll just take him too. You'll need 2 of the backings. I'm going to turn that upside down because it's going to be shiny and in your face. So 2 of the pumpkins and 2 of the circles, the silver circles. Those go behind this goes behind the pumpkin to give it like a shiny looking look, and then the little ones go behind the ghosts. So that's what those shiny things are for. We won't be using the boo or the eek or the spooky. We're just going to save those for later. Probably do a couple cards, and maybe use those. Don't need the bags. Don't need these white things here, but we might do a project with the bags. Those are cute bags. I'm not going to use my basic gray, but could. Instead, we'll be using Memento Tuxedo Black. We'll be using, if you have it, Gorgeous Grape. If you don't worry about it. And we'll be using Pumpkin Pie if you have Pumpkin Pie, or Mango Melody if you don't have Pumpkin Pie. And those are the 3 inks that we'll be using. You can substitute the purple with the black, but this is for pumpkins, so you need something orangey for pumpkins. I don't think you want a black pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern, but you could have a black jack-o'-lantern. Now you'll need some glue dots and some glue. We use glue. You could use snail instead of glue, but it might give you trouble. Now for the eyes for the bats, I colored These, the smallest of the rhinestone jewels, basic rhinestone jewels, I colored them with the dark Poppy Parade, and I liked that it was kind of a shiny red. It kind of gives them like their eyes are glowing kind of red. But if you don't have that, if you just want to use, I thought about this later, I guess I could have used this as similar, but I just think these glow so much better than these. But these are the red rhinestones, so you could use those. They're the same size. I probably would have used those instead of coloring these if I'd thought about it, but I didn't remember that I had these until I'd already colored them and put them on the bats. Okay, so this is the largest scallop circle in the Layering Circles Framelits. I asked you to cut 6. Now, if you didn't cut them prior, don't worry, you can do it after. We'll just go ahead and do everything else except assembling the circles. 3 of these, 3 Gorgeous Grapes, and 4 Mango Melodies. Okay, that's the largest stitched circle. And then the second largest circle in the Layering Circles Framelits, I'm thinking that's the second largest. Let me check. I'll hate myself if I told you wrong. It's the second largest. 1, 2. And the first thing we're going to do is our stamping. So we'll be stamping on these tags here, our banners, and we'll be stamping on these we only need what? Oh, okay. We'll be stamping on these 3 circles, not the stitched ones, just the regular ones. These 3 Mango Melody circles, the second largest circle. We'll stamp on those. These we will not stamp on. We'll just put these over here aside, out of the way. So we're going to bring in our Stamparatus. And the reason we're going to use our Stamparatus is because we're going to have to stamp these more than one time. Let's stamp our bats first. You will need 1 bat. Okay, sorry. You will need the 1 bat to know where to stamp. So we'll bring in our Stamparatus. I hope I don't go too fast for you, but you can always look at it later. Okay, so we're going to stamp bats on these 3 here. And we have our mat because it's photopolymer, but then I also have a piece of about a 1/16 of an inch thick chipboard underneath. It's a little sneaky thing that I like to do. So we're going to put our bat here, and we can put it this way, straight. And so are you following me? I've got it in the corner, touching both sides. And I'm going to get my bats. Where are my bats? Here they are. I'm going to get 2 little bats. Alright, so we got 2 bats. One has a longer tail. We're just going to make these so that they're kind of, we're going to put 1 in each. 1, 2, 3, like that. So this one's flying in that direction. This one's flying in this direction. And we're going to pick them up and ink them up. Now, cardstock, colored cardstock, it's like a sponge. So when you do something, and I'm going to have to ink that up really good. When you stamp that, you are going to have to stamp more than once. Okay, so we're done with that one. Now we're going to take that one off for now. We'll come back to it in a minute. We're going to put another one here and put our bat in the middle. We're just going to make sure that we're stamping in the right place. I guess we don't really need our bat at this point. We've already put our bats where they need to be. You just want your circle touching that side and that side so that the placement stays the same. So we got to do all three of these circles. Okay, last one. It needs to be touching this side and this side. All right, I think that's enough. So now I'm going to clean off my bats. Then the bat that doesn't have as long a tail, I'm going to put it over here. Bring this bat back in. And I want this bat flying kind of like the bats are flying in a circle around this bat. So, and it might be better if I turn it so that I have room for my there. That should do it. You can just place it where you think you want it. Okay, I think that's good. So now I'm going to put this in place and ink up my, move the other bat out of the way. Pick that bat up and ink it up. Now pay attention to where these are so that when you place this down, you can kind of place it in the same place. Well, remember where these two are so that when you put this one on, you can kind of put it in the same place. If you feel more comfortable, you can always bring your bat in and make sure that it's in the right place. So we're done with our bats. So we can clean up our bats. Next we'll do our pumpkin. So you want to get your pumpkin. So get your pumpkin out. We're done with these. And the pumpkin is going to go on the purple. He's purple here. So you're probably wondering, you know, how are we going to do this? Well, with photopolymer, you can pretty much see through. This is going to be in, oh, pumpkin pie. It's underneath here. Now we have our pumpkins. Now we're going to go ahead, clean off this pumpkin. For this, I put It's Halloween above it. And I like this font, and this is a really nice little stamp too. So I just put It's Halloween above it. And you may have to make sure your thing stays in the corner. I think that looks good. If it stays in the corner, then you'll know it's always going to stamp where you want it. And it does like to slide away from the corner. If it does, then this won't work, because when it slides, your image slides. So we're done with that banner. The next banner is Boo. We're going to do Boo on here. Now you'll see there's like a little fold. So you can use that fold to kind of help you to know eventually only this much of your banner is going to show. So you want your Boo to be about right here. Okay, so now we're going to do the other Boo. The perfectionist in me won't let me stop. Okay, one more. There we go. So I'll clean off my Boo. Now we're going to get the last banner. Make sure your fingers are clean. Dry this off. And the last thing that we're going to do is it's the little saying that says Frights and Delights. Frights and Delights. Okay. And we're going to get our little banner here. And put our Frights and Delights down here near the bottom. I'm butting this up against the edge here to kind of give me an idea of what's even, because it's kind of hard to tell if it's even. So, Frights and Delights. Now we're going to stamp this 3 times, 1, 2, 3 in a row. Frights and Delights, and this is going to be in the Gorgeous Grape, if you like the Gorgeous Grape, if you have the Gorgeous Grape. Otherwise, you can stamp it in just plain black. Or if you had Melon Mambo, yeah, that would really look good. Mango Melody, you might want to do that. Now, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this and move this down about an inch. 1 inch. And before I stamp it, keep it as straight as possible. Before I stamp it, now that's too far. I need to move it maybe, let's say, 3/4 of an inch. And that looks good. Frights and Delights. Okay, and then one more time, we're going to take it, try to keep it as straight as possible, and move it down about another 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch. You can check it before you stamp it, and it needs to move down a little bit further. And you might need to move it over too to straighten it out, but you can kind of get an idea. That looks good. Let me get rid of some of this ink here. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's going on a banner, so it's more important that you get it level than anything. Okay, so now we have our Frights and Delights. We're going to do the same thing. Clean off our stamp, start all over and do the other one. One more, and then we're done with our stamping. Okay, we're done with our stamping. Yay! Now we have our things, and so we got those all done. I guess we can go ahead and put the eyes on the bats. So whatever you did, I find it's the easiest to do with this here. And you want them, see where the wings kind of go across there? That's about where you want your eyes, just above there, where that kind of curves. Okay, so they look pretty scary. Now they are going to go on our circles, and we're going to put them on our circles, but first, what should we do first? Yeah, let's put them on our circles first. So find where they best look, and it looks like there. And we're going to put those on with mini dimensionals. Okay, so that's one. We're going to do all of our bats the same way. Why doesn't this have a third? Did I not stamp a third? Well, guess what? It's not going to have a third. It's going to have two. Okay, so we got our bats ready. Now for our pumpkins and our ghost, we want our ghosts, we're going to have them going, one going this direction with his tail going up that way and one going that way. And I don't know if you can see them. I could get a dark, let me get some dark paper here. Isn't that pretty, that purple? All right, so we're going to put these on, and what they sent to do that with are these little glue dots. These are a little different from our glue dots in that they are a lot easier to work with. So you're going to either pick it up with your nail, good luck with that, or use your piercing tool. It's $4. Why not have one? I don't know. I'll be glad to get you one and send it to you. So I'm putting these 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2 so that they don't show on the other side. I'm just going to go ahead and do this one too. This is going to go on top of this, and I think it's easier to put this over here than it is to put the pumpkin over the silver. Okay, so we'll get our other silver out. So now we have our pumpkins. We have our pumpkins, and then for the ghost, we're going to remember we want one going in one direction and one going the other direction. So this is going to be the back. So I'm going to put one above on his forehead and one down here like on the bridge of his nose, if he had a nose, where it would be. And then take those stickies off, the covers. Oh goodness, get off of there. And then take one of those silver and just lay it on top over those two. So now I have him. So this is going that way, so this is going to be the back here. I need two more of these little dots. Okay, so now we're done with that part. Now we're going to put the ghosts and the pumpkins on purple circles. We put the bats on the mango melody. And we're going to do that with mini dimensionals. Putting these on the back of the ghost. And I'm going to cut one of them in half. And that's not going to be an easy job, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's not exactly in half, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be. These are for the arms. The little arms. Okay, now we'll do this guy over here. So these come off, and you know how this goes. All right. There's one of our ghosts. So now they're going different. I mean, it doesn't matter, but for me, I want one on this side going that way and one on that side going that way. If you don't put them in there, that it's not going to matter. I mean, all right, so now we're going to put our pumpkins, more dimensionals. Okay, so now we're ready to do the fun part. So if it's a Mango Melody circle, it goes on a purple stitched circle. And if it's a purple circle, it goes on a Mango Melody stitched circle. Get my colors right here. Oh my goodness, it's like putting together a puzzle. And then these are going to go on, they all go on a black stitched black scalloped circle. Okay. I hope you like the idea of having a banner. I kind of do. I think it's kind of cute to have a banner. I'll have to put it on my, I'm going to put it on my buffet, the hutch part, and I will take a picture of it with my Halloween swaps and my banner. Okay, so we're going to put in glue on the back of our purple stitched, putting it on the black stitched, and then we're going to put some glue here. Probably could have done this before we put our bats and stuff on, but didn't. Hindsight, right? I think I did it that way when I was making them. You like my creative gluing? I'm not being too particular because it's getting late and I don't want to have y'all here all night. Okay, so now we're going to get our the regular dimensionals if you have them. If not, use the ones that are in the kit and find, like, this is how I want it to hang on my string, on the rope, the little twine. So I'm going to find exactly on the back and about a ½ inch down from the top, I'm going to put one dimensional. Now this is the bat that I want in the center, and I want his wings are going to be straight across. So again, about a ½ inch. Doesn't have to be exact. There goes my Samsung. So again, I'm finding the pumpkin. So, and I'm going to do the other pumpkin. There goes my Samsung. Now these bats on the ends, I want one going in this direction and one going in that direction. So I'm going to put this here, right behind there, so that when it hangs with the bat going in that direction. And then my other ghost, I want him going straight up, so back there. All right, we are good to go. Now we're going to take these and fold them with our bone folder on the crease. Get them nice and tight. Now we're going to cut ½ inch off the back. I mean, we're going to leave ½ inch, roughly ½ inch, about that much, off the back of all of these. Now the prep work for these, we're just going to get them matched up. So how this is going to work is if you have something like this to measure, otherwise you're going to need a ruler. So get your cord out and your twine, find the center, and you'll do that by matching up the ends and then just pulling towards the center. And so where did that come from? I think it came off of here. I've been having that on there for the longest time. It finally came off. All right, so here's our center. Let me double check, because I got distracted by the shiny bauble. So here's our center. So I'll put one on each edge, and I find my center bat. Here's my center bat. I know it is because he's got the two. So that's where I want it. So I'm going to take this off, and the center is going to go straight across there. Push it in with your nail, and then you're going to get another dimensional and match it up as best you can with the one underneath, you know, the edges, and push it down. Leave the backing on. And if the backings come off, just get a small piece of, you can punch out, I'm going to use a 1/2-inch circle punch. I don't know where it is. Here it is. So usually I can't find anything when I want it. That's really a nice change. You can use a 1/2-inch circle punch and then cover it up like that. If you wanted to go ahead and do that now, if you have the 1/2-inch circle punch, or cut a little square of paper. I'm going to see how long my backing stays on though, because I really prefer not to have to go to all that trouble. All right, so here's where your 1/2-inch comes in. Each one of these squares is a 1/4 of an inch. So 1.5 inches I'm going to want, and then Halloween is going to go on each side of that. It's Halloween, but it's upside down. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend this back. We have it this way. We're going to bend it back and put glue dots, 4 glue dots here and 4 glue dots there. And I'm going to use regular glue dots. So this is how it goes. You go 1, and you want to get it as close to the edge, but not over the edge. But if it goes over, it's okay. So that's one side. So now I've got 4 on that side. And I'm going to do 4 on the other side. All right, so now I've got 4 and 4. I know that I want this, and I'm measuring from here. Not from here, but from here. So I'm going to put this on the 4, on this line here. Slip this under and measure 1.5 inches. So that would be 6 squares. And when I get it to 6 squares, I'm going to put it up there in the fold and fold it down. Take my bone folder and just kind of crease it in there like that. Okay, so everything is 1.5 inches apart. So I have that. I'm just going to go in this direction. So next is going to be a ghost. I want my ghost. And I want him going in this direction. That's another reason why I put these on before, because that way I know I'll get them in the right direction. So knowing where the top goes will let me know which direction to go in. So that's about 1.5. So I'm just going to push that in. Put another one on top. Move on next. Next is going to be Boo. Do our 4 glue dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that was a little low, but that's okay. And again, 1.5, slide it there, counting from the edge, 1.5, bring it down a little bit in the crease and fold over. Oops, get back over there. Let me count again. Okay, 1.5. Hold this a little tighter when I fold it over. Okay, so I'm only going to do one side because the other side is going to be the opposite. It goes circle, banner, circle, banner, circle. And this is the bat that we want. So before we do the Frights and Delights, let's do our bat. And we'll measure 1.5 from there. All right, now we are ready for the next banner. So it's circle, banner, circle, banner. So we need a circle, and the circle is going to be a pumpkin. And that's the end. It should be the end. Yeah, we have our 3 and our 3. So on this side, you're going to do basically, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do pumpkin, ghost, boo, bat, Frights and Delights, and pumpkin. I hope you don't mind that I don't finish this. I think it's pretty tedious for you guys to watch me because you saw how I did that side. You're just going to do this side the exact same way. 1/2 inch between every element. They won't be all bunched up like that. So, all right. Well, thanks for joining me, guys. And I will let you know when I get those cards. Probably next week. We'll do, because it's Thursday. So maybe on Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, somewhere in there, we'll do another live with some cards.